Hello and welcome to Cooking with ThinkTankerMeeksman and today's daily vlog. Today I want to show you how to make a patty melt sandwich. Now if you remember on Wednesday, my Question Tuesday video, I actually described this recipe and it is delicious, so I figured I would show you, and I needed something to do today, so why not a cooking show? So the first thing you want to do is get your ingredients together. You're going to need about 8 pieces of bread, enough to make 4, and sometimes, depending on how much meat you use, 5 sandwiches. You're going to want to get your butter. You're going to want about half a pound of ground meat. This is actually buffalo meat that my uncle-in-law hunted for us. You're going to want an entire onion, finely diced, and put into a bowl for safekeeping. These onions are super strong. I was literally crying when I started cutting these. You're going to want your cheese, because you're going to want about 4 pieces of cheese per sandwich. And last but not least, you're going to want 1 egg, and this egg is essential in creating beef patties that don't fall apart when you start putting them together. First, we're going to do all the prep work. We're going to make the beef patties and mix in the egg while we're doing all that. And then we're going to butter the bread and cut the cheese, obligatory fart joke here. And once we do that, we're going to simultaneously saute the onions and start browning the beef patties. And after we brown the beef patties and saute the onions, we're going to layer it into our sandwiches and cheese, grill those. We're going to have patty melt perfection. It's going to be fantastic. So we're going to start with our meat, and the first thing with meat prep that you want to do is wash your hands. It's flu season. And then once you've washed your hands, you can start working with meat. The way that I like to do it is very simple. You just dump the meat into a bowl, and then you mush it around with your hands and try and get it to be one little blob. So once you've got it good mixed together a little bit like this, then you're going to add your egg, which is going to act like glue to keep your patties together. Throw away the eggshell, you don't want that. And then you just do the same thing, and you mix in the egg, and you mix it all up till it becomes one mass. And once they're good and sticking together, you can then start pulling chunks of meat out and then making them into patties. Now after you've got the egg mixed into it and everything's starting to stick together really well, now's the time to use your seasoning. Today I'm going really simple with just salt and pepper, but this is the place where you can get really creative. However, remember that you're going to be pairing this with cheese, onions, and grilled bread, so keep that in mind. Also, quick note, my wife says don't touch your pepper and salt shakers with your meaty hands. Now this recipe here makes 4 or 5 beef patties. So what you want to do is going to get them about this size and then smush them out to a normal hamburger patty size. And then when you put them on your plate over here, you want to smush them out a little bit more because they need to be about the same size as your bread. Because as you cook the patties, they're going to shrink a little bit. And that means that the patty is going to be a little bit thinner than you would usually have it. But that's okay, that's what we want. My wife is telling me that that meat was actually 1.5 pounds of meat, not half a pound of meat. So that was how I was able to get 6 whole patties out of this. We've been putting Ruby on solid food, so this tiny little meat patty over there is for her. Isn't it the cutest little beef patty you've ever seen? We're gonna need 4 pieces of cheese per sandwich. And you can cut more cheese if you think you're going to eat some during the cooking process, which I almost certainly am. So now it's time to brown the meat and saute the onions over there. So we use a cast iron skillet to heat up the meat, and we're going to use this other skillet over here to saute the onions. And the first thing with a good saute is starting with really good olive oil. And while you've got your onions sauteing over here in this pan, come over here, put a tiny bit of olive oil in here. Very carefully take the beef patties and put them in the skillet, and then brown them for about 1.5 to 2 minutes per side. Now it's very important that you don't cook these all the way through, because once you pull them out, you still have to grill them in the sandwich. So if you cook them all the way through right now, they're going to be dry by the end of it. So be very careful, just brown the sides. Remember to stir your onions. Don't forget. Now once your onions are sauteed, pour them back into their bowl and set them aside.
Make sure they're Dunions as opposed to onions.
I said onions! And while the meat is cooking, take your butter and butter the bread. Then once your meat is good and browned, you take it out, put it on a plate, and we're ready to start constructing sandwiches. So it goes like this. You take the bread with the butter side down, because you're going to be grilling this side. You take 2 pieces of cheese. You take a beef patty, put it on top of the cheese. Take a spoonful of your sauteed onions and put them on the beef patty. Take 2 more pieces of cheese, put them on top of everything there, and top it all off with the other piece of bread. And what you're gonna do is then you're gonna grill this the way you'd grill a grilled cheese sandwich. Ah yes, listen to that beautiful sizzle. Man, that looks good, doesn't it? And there you go, you have an absolutely beautiful, perfect grilled patty melt. And now the moment of truth, we're gonna both take a bite out of it and eat it. 1, 2, 3. Is it as good as last time?
Yeah, it's good. I'm tempted to say black just because
You're so mean to me! You're so mean.
Really good.
I put so much time into making a cooking show and making your dinner, and you're like, black! It's actually really, really good.
And I do appreciate you making dinner tonight.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And that is how you make a patty melt sandwich. It is really good. The onions make this really, really great. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you on Monday, not tomorrow.